going on, guys? It is your boy Thesis. Now real quick, today I've got for y'all Ninja Kitties the fuck pussy really tight anal. I mean the FP RTA. Same shit, different name. This tank is so big, I almost did this video in the garage. I'm not kidding you, there's barely enough room for me in this setup in the same room. It's just the truth. Now real quick, before we continue, today's comment question is this. Would you launch yourself to Mars for $100 billion for your family? Or would you stay on Earth for $1 million for yourself? That shit, I fucking struggled for like 15 minutes with it. I'm like, god damn, that's fucking hard. I wanna give a huge shout out to the NinjaMilitia on Patreon. Those motherfuckers have been killing it. I've got a whole stack of shit right next to me that I'm about to be sending out this coming week. You see that little white block right there? Those are all packages that will be sent out to the Patreon page, or to the patrons on the Patreon page rather, fairly shortly. And with that being said, I'm extremely excited. We're up to like 41 patrons on the Patreon page. Thank you guys so much. Make sure y'all hit me up on Thursdays and Saturdays. Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 p.m. Now with that being said, my Ninja Kitties, fuck the small talk. Let's go ahead and get into the FP RTA by Blitz and the Vaping Postman. Bitches, welcome to Up Close and Personal with your boy Thesis. Now real quick, today we have got the FP RTA by the Vaping Postman and Blitz Enterprises. It's a collaboration extraordinaire if I've ever seen one. I've been so excited about this RTA for the simple fact that it's finally an RTA exists for my size people, okay? People like me who enjoy giant amounts of liquid in their reservoir without having to refill that shit throughout the day. This is that RTA. I have been using it for quite some time. I already have my opinions kind of based around my experience that I've used it with or since I've used it. So what we're gonna do is do a build video and then take it back to regular view and I'll give you my thoughts and feelings on this bad motherfucker. Okay, with that being said, do not forget to hit my ass up on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, all at ThesisHimself, as well as patreon.com/ThesisHimself. Each and every one of you guys are the reason why I'm able to do that. I will be giving away a custom built mod that I'm working on. I'll go ahead and show you a picture of that now. Bam! To one of the lucky patrons, as well as if you do become a patron at the $20 a month level, you will receive an autographed t-shirt. So first and foremost, we're gonna go and take a look at the box. Here's the back, sides, all around the world type status. Hit those guys up over at Blitz Enterprises. Let them know that you saw this video. Schwagger lumps. Whoo, doggy. Look at that. Look at this. Now, I want to show you guys in comparison with another sub-ohm tank you may or may not be familiar with. Let's take a look at the iJoy. This is the iJoy Diamond. This is a normal sized sub-ohm tank. Let's grab the micrometer quick. Turn this bad boy on. Millimeters. This is a pretty standard sized tank. 25 millimeters on the exterior or on the bubble glass itself, and then 24 millimeters on the lower portion where the airflow's at. Let's go and measure this bad boy. I bet it's gonna be around 30-ish. Exactly on the money, 30 millimeters, and its widest point on the glass is gonna be 35. Holy shit. And then we'll pop this all the way out. Rocking at 52 millimeters. Good God, it's a beautiful size tank. This is exactly what I like to see. I'm a huge fan of bubble glass. I'm a huge fan of just large tanks in general. I don't like straight glass, normally speaking. I mean, there's a few exceptions out there that I'll use a straight glass on. That's gonna be my MTL tanks. But with that being said, I just prefer the bubble glass. It looks gorgeous. Let's go and see what else we get in the box. Of course, we do have the manual right there. Beautiful. Package includes all that kind of good stuff. 58 by 30. The FP RTA is an exciting collaboration between Blitz Enterprises and the Vaping Postman TVP. 30 millimeter flavor beast with honeycomb style bottom airflow, utilizing easy to build ceramic clamp system, which is actually, the ceramic clamp system is fucking spectacular on this bad boy if I do say so myself. This could be somebody's daily vape. However, you're gonna have to have it on a beast of a device that can handle something that size. So I've been rocking it with the PWM mod. This is the Titan mod by Steam Crave. Huge shout out to Steam Crave, man. This is a fucking gorgeous mod. I will be doing the review accompanied with this one. So this tank, this fucking mod is gonna be a solid fucking combination. If you do have this bad boy, pick this up and vice versa. Hawkeyes. Let's go ahead and see what else we got in the goodie bag. O-rings, we have a screwdriver, and then we got more coils. I have been using the coil that they did send out with this bad boy. You do get 2 of them. I've been using the one that they got. Absolutely gorgeous. You also have extra ceramic clamps, which I always like to see for the deck. Let's go ahead and stop fucking around and see these other glass tanks. Thank you, Blitz, for sending out this many spare glasses for this tank, because since this is an odd size, it's going to be kind of a difficult task to find other glasses that would fit. They fucking sent out 3. I wish they sent out 2 of the bubble glasses, but that's just me, myself, personally. Beautiful, clear, 810 drip tip, also included. Sexy as fuck. However, the clear ones tend to get a lot of condensation. I'm not a fan of the way it looks, so we kind of just leave that shit in there. Go ahead and pop this bad son of a gun atop the Titan. You know what's crazy too? I was looking at this mod and I fell in love with the Hammer of God, and I like it, but the Titan is like the more practical, a little bit smaller, a little bit safer brother of the Hammer God. Let's go and pop this bad boy apart and we'll see what the deck looks like. The airflow on it, by the way, is absolutely phenomenal. This is dual adjustable airflow. It's roughly 4 millimeters tall on the biggest one, 3 millimeters on that one, and 1.5 millimeters on the smallest one. Now again, a tank this size, you're not going to want to have a restricted lung hit. In my opinion, that's just my personal preference. But on something this size, your chamber is going to be so large on the deck that it's not going to make sense to have a restricted lung hit. Look how large that opening is there. I'm going to see if I can get this bad boy in there to kind of guess what size that is. That's roughly a 10 millimeter opening for the chimney itself. That's a pretty fucking yeah, 10 millimeters. 9.98. That's not going to give you a restricted lung hit. That's just meant to be wide the fuck open. Flavor and clouds all day, son. Now in the 35 millimeter glass, this is going to have a capacity of roughly 6 milliliters. With this size tank, I wish that they had another way to fit just a bit more juice in there. Now with that being said, let's go and blast her open and fucking throw a coil on this bitch. Now real quick, I am using Firebolt cotton. I am not paid to say that or paid to use it on camera or anything along those lines. However, if I was, that'd be fucking great, but I would tell you guys. All right, so right there, I want to show you specifically how much cotton I took. Today I'm going to be using Laser Wolf. Huge shout out to my boy Bobby on the Patreon page for sending this bad boy out. This is frozen peach ring. He knows that I'm not a fan of peach, but he said this one's going to be a little bit different. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and fill her up and give it a shot. Okay, so on a tank that's got 6 milliliters of capacity, fucking eyedropper, I'm just gonna dump it in. If you ever thought that an eyedropper was superior to a unicorn bottle, this is proof that it is not. Case and point. Look how big that chimney is. You can actually see the fucking coil at the bottom. The first hit, we're gonna go ahead and start off with the largest airflow slot. Good God, this thing is a fucking machine. Bobby, you was right, son. Holy shit, that peach ring is amazing. That's the best peach I've ever had. Now again, I'm not a huge fan of peach. Would I purchase this specific liquid? Probably not, but for it being a peach, I fucking dig it. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the airflow slot to the second one quick, bring that voltage down just a bit. Now I will say the flavor on that one, on the second one down, is actually pretty close to the first one that I had it on, the largest one, but the whistle is kind of, it still sounds kind of like a 1930s cheesy ass cartoon with the wind noise in the background. All right, let's go ahead and bring it down to the smallest airflow slot. Again, this one is only measuring 1.5 millimeters. I think it just ate my words completely. Remember earlier when I said this thing is not going to be set up for a kind of restricted lung hit? Now again, a tank this size, you're not going to want to have a restricted lung hit. I was wrong. I was not expecting the flavor to be that intense on that small of an airflow slot. Holy shit. Not only is the flavor phenomenal, but the noise is extremely quiet for its size. Listen, credit where credit is due. This specifically, on paper, in my head, when I saw this tank, shouldn't necessarily work as well as it does, more than anything because of the coil size, the cotton size, or the width inside of the actual wicking slots, and then the actual wicking slots themselves being as big as they are. I feel like the Vaping Postman not only took his time on designing this RTA, but I think, in my opinion, from what I've seen, this is kind of being slept on. This is not a fucking tank to sleep on. This RTA specifically is going to be staying in my collection. Bitch, it's okay, smell the truckers. Now with that being said, let's go and get back to regular view, son. Oh shit, so good. Welcome back to regular view, son. Now my final summation is this: the fuck pussy really tight anal RTA is by far and away the best and biggest RTA I own. I take that back. The BFD TC titties with from Cloud Chasers Inc. Shit is huge, although it is discontinued. So technically speaking, this is the biggest RTA I own that's still in production. It's finally an RTA my size, and I enjoy this RTA. This RTA is going to stay in my collection. I don't want to give this one away. Fuck, I want to give it away, but I'll ask Blitz. If Blitz says they'll send me out one more, I'll give this one away, or I'll give the new one away. Either way, this is my favorite RTA that I own right now. It's not necessarily, in terms of flavor, it's a 9. In terms of like overall flavor from the RTAs that I've got, the Voluna 2 is still like a 9.1. So the flavor is on fucking point with this tank. The only difference being is that this tank at this size at 30 millimeters is not necessarily practical, but I don't give a fuck. When you've got a setup like this, practicality is out the window. Usually on any given tank, on big tanks, if you wide it open all the way, it's either not feeling right. If you bring it all the way down to almost a restricted lung hit, it definitely doesn't feel that great, specifically because of the chimney size on the down tube. Usually speaking, that's the way it is. This tank takes that and it fucks it in its face. The 810 drip tip, the way that it feels, I fucking love it. I haven't had any leaking. It wasn't my fault. I did have some leaking on the first couple of days because I underwicked it by quite a bit, actually. Like I said, with bigger tanks like this, a lot of times you get dry hits. I don't get any dry hits. I have gotten 0 dry hits using a fair amount of cotton. Y'all just saw the build I did. Holy shit, let me go ahead and show you guys some clouds quick. Woo. So do I recommend this tank? Absolutely. Do I recommend you to have this tank if you're rocking, I don't know, the Diamond VPC kit by iJoy? Absolutely not. I would recommend this tank to be built around 0.3 to 0.35 ohms. That's just my personal preference. That's because I've built it all the way down to 0.15. That's when I start to get a little bit of the burn hits because it's not able to wick as quickly as you need it to. With that being said, 3 millimeters, a 3mm coil in diameter. I'm rocking the clap. I'm actually rocking the specific coils that it came with, and I think they're perfect for it. Whoever designed this tank, I mean the Vaping Postman did, but whoever designed the coils to go with this tank, I'm hoping he did. He absolutely killed it. There's no question he knew what the fuck he was doing. Huge kudos to you, bro. Huge shout out to you. I will be giving this one away if Blitz hits me up with another one. If they don't, I'm sorry. This is the one time I'm going to be selfish. This whole setup, the Steam Crave Titan with the FP RTA, it's like they should have been bonded together like this. It's like the greatest fucking combination. As much as I hate Batman and Robin, it's like Batman and Robin, two fruity ass fucking fake ass superheroes, $1 billion wannabe bitch ass with your stupid tool belt, you fucking stupid Batman. Bitch, it's okay, smell the truckers. Now with that being said, don't be afraid to hit that notification button, hit that like button, comment below, let me know what you think about tanks this size. Would you purchase a tank that's 30 millimeters? Or would you purchase a tank that's 35 millimeters if you think about it, because it's got that bubble glass. It's gonna have some overhang. It is. Unless you got something like this, or the Hog V4. It just goes with it, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, it's okay, smell the truckers. Now with that being said, I want to tell y'all that I appreciate y'all for vaping with Thesis. It is your boy Thesis. I'm out.